I spent a lot of time thinking about why it is that people are so drawn to being in the company of these animals. And I haven't really hit on the answer that fully satisfies me, but I think it has something to do with, you know, these are animals that can pose huge hazard to us. You know, they can take down large animals. I think that we've so insulated and buffered ourselves against risks in our daily lives. Part of us wants to embrace some element of risk.
You're okay. It's okay. That's a big one.
You know, there's perceived risks and real risks, and we have both of those here, and we don't try and hide that. Lots of fresh tracks right here. It's a big bear. This is a front paw, and this is a back paw. Decent sized bear. Right there, right there, right there. It's all right. I mean, for me, seeing grizzlies is spectacular and special no matter how I'm seeing them. But there's something special about being on land and being on their turf. Starkly. I think the respect that you have to bring when you're on the same ground as them is greater. And they're big, powerful animals, and humans have to go with incredible respect when we're on their turf and treat them for the powerful animals that they are.
A certain wildness there, it keeps you honest. You know, when we live in crowded cities, we are responding to all this external stimuli, right? So inside, your own voice starts to be diminished because more and more it's a response to what somebody else wants from you. So you tend to lose sight of yourself, and that's draining. It really is. You get out here, it's a great place to think.
So I haven't told a lot of people why I'm here doing this right now. I was finishing university and I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease, and that diagnosis, you know, really propelled me to kind of look for ways to heal myself, and being outdoors was a place of healing for me, and I started guiding. And so it was this, you know, long journey, and I tell myself it was about adventure, but really it was about healing, you know, and yeah, it's healed me in a lot of different ways, and our goal is to have intimate encounters with wildlife. And by intimate, I don't necessarily mean close, but I mean special. We try and have relationships with these animals.
People love bears. Partly it's a teddy bear thing. You know, they've got two eyes, face forward, like we do. Everybody knows them from the childhood. This is cute animals, even though they're way more than that. And they're smart, and they're powerful. And they will walk right by you once they get used to being around humans. So we're sitting up a bank that's 1.5 meters high, maybe. And the bear's just literally walking right by in front of them, and, you know, 4 meters away kind of thing. 3 meters sometimes. And these are grizzly bears, moms and cubs, and all those things that are supposed to be dangerous. Stay still, you guys. Don't move so much. With a group like we have here, where there's, 18 of us or 20, something like that, gives us huge safety. Basically, grizzly bears just don't attack groups of bigger than about 5. But, you know, you don't want to be the first one to violate that.
Every day I wake up and I send 24 people on 3 or 4 different boats into some of the most remote parts of British Columbia with one of the top, apex predators on the planet. And I wear that responsibility deeply, I really do. I've been doing this for 25 years and I have had some close calls. The idea here is that this is real, this is not virtual,
Fuck. Holy fuck. This is Snaggletooth, I think. Yeah. Oh man.
It's always such a rush to be in the presence of an animal like a grizzly bear.
That's why with bears it's hard, because you literally have to be dead silent and no quick movement. So I just go into this different zone where I just try to shut down all excitement that's trying to get out of me, but I'm just trying to lay low and play it cool. Oh, it's impossible to hold it in.
It's amazing. It's a feeling that you can't really get from anything else. Standing with these grizzlies in their natural habitat, going about their everyday life. It's phenomenal.
Viewing grizzly bears from the boat, you sort of have this sense of separation, but when you're walking with the grizzlies, it's a whole different feeling. The adrenaline and the excitement, and there's a mutual trust there. And that's something that I've come to really, really appreciate and honor. They're trusting us as much as we're trusting them.
In close presence, you're not thinking about what you're having for dinner. You're focused on the bear, you're watching it, and they're thinking. They're doing the same thing. They're looking at you, they're seeing how you're standing, and if you're nervous or not. Fool a grizzly is not trivial because they're constantly watching. Grizzly bears have the largest mass of brain to body size of any of the carnivores. So they're not stupid. And I think a lot of that has to do with all this social poker playing they're doing. The actual physical contact between bears, especially outside of the breeding season, it's rare. They usually can diffuse it by not touching. I mean, and that can be bears jawing, open mouth, not touching, but they are right there in each other's face. And they're just sizing each other up. They're trying to be tough, but they know as soon as one touches the other one, it escalates, fur flies, and ears get ripped off, and your day's not so good. Even big male bears capable of killing sows with cubs recognize that, yeah, it's gonna hurt. It's going to hurt the winner even. The winner is going to have injuries, and they don't want to do that. And the beauty of that is they roll that over into humans. So if you go out there and can project a calmness and a strength, they'll just go, oh man. You must have great confidence, therefore great capability. And even though you don't look it, he doesn't want to find out. The guests are projecting all kinds of emotions, right? Some of them are probably fearful, some of them are surprised, some of them don't know what to think. And the bear wants to walk by. If we're tense, they get tense. Bears pick up on that in a heartbeat. The bear needs to feel that everybody sitting here is relaxed and comfortable. And that's why you'll see me step forward and I will say something to the bear. It's like, it's okay, in a calm, reassuring voice, and they'll just go, okay, yeah, we know him, he's cool, he's calm, ignore these other people, and they'll walk right by. But yeah, it's a little dance we do with them. That's fun, because this is a wild animal that, we are in two very different worlds, but we have an understanding of what to expect from each other.
It's not a canned experience. We have to earn our bears every day.
So we come from the side, so she smelled us coming down this way. It's mom and 3 2-year-old cubs. Hey, Mama. You're okay. Good girl. There you go. There you go. There's something. I heard something also in the trees. Mama doesn't look worried, so that makes me feel better.
We spend a lot of time developing relationships with these animals, watching them raise their families, and so we take a lot of time to patiently earn their trust.
Well, they made us work for it. Yeah. It paid off. The mom and cubs are an interesting, almost a paradox where it's, you know, a lot of times when you hear about, you know, bad incidents with bears, it involves a mother and their cubs, right? And on the flip side, they are some of the ones that are going to be the fastest to come to you and to, you know, build that trust with you.
We know that large males don't particularly like being around humans, so they tend to stay out of our way. And so females with cubs, they will almost use us for cover.
The females recognize that the big males avoid us, so it's a good place to park your cubs. Cubs will be safe. So the biggest thing is to keep the bears comfortable, which means keep the people comfortable and calm, and it all works out quite well. When it gets routine for those little guys, they'll soon be just trucking back and forth, you know, no worry whatsoever.
I think what I've learned from encounters with wildlife is to try and stay humble. I don't always succeed, but I do my best. And I think that's what being with bears and whales has done for me. It's like, I personally can't be in the presence of an animal like that and not realize that I have to come with humility. Is when I start to get a little cocky or a little vain or whatever it is, it's like I think back to those times when I've been in the company of an animal like a grizzly bear or a humpback or an orca, and just the power and the grace and the beauty of these animals. And it's like, yeah, we're, you know, there but for the grace of God go I. Like, you know, we're just a small part of this planet.
Dirty mouths and broken strings. Other eyes are shining like the sea for you, the queen of San Luis. I'm a ghost to you, you're a ghost to me, a bird's eye view of San Luis.